Alrighty, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Let's Talk Marketing with Nathan A. Webster podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Webster, and I'm excited to chop it up with you today. But first, I have a special guest. It's not her first time being on the show, but she's back again, and I'm going to coin her nickname as the Lead Generation Queen, which means today, episode 35, is on Lead Generation, and I got my main girl, Reland Logan. What's up, girlfriend? What up?
What's up? I'm excited to be a lead gen queen. I feel like I've really upgraded. So I'm gonna go find myself a crown, come back. But so
Yeah.
happy to be back. This is exciting. I know you and I have kind of chatted about this in the background, but I'm excited to share. Really, really amped. Let's do this.
Let's do, and here as I'm gonna always do, I'm gonna give you the mic. There's so many things to talk about. And I know this is audio, but people can't see the hoodie and how you rocking the beanie. You're getting it. And I love it because we're about to wax deep. So Ray, take it away.
All right. Well, now that I'm mad gangstered out back here that you guys cannot see, black hoodie, black beanie, I just wanted to chat with you guys today about organic lead gen. I think that, there's so many different ways that you can handle lead gen over the course in your business, but many ways that people think is that I have to run ads, I have to run ads, I have to run ads for lead gen. And that's great if you have the budget to do so. But first, you need proof of concept and you need to prove to yourself that you can get leads without money behind it. So I kind of want to really hone into what those things look like and maybe dismantle some beliefs about boosting posts, but really give those tools and those insights that you can take back and be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go try that. That's something that I can do. I love lead gens. I am a marketer who's also a salesperson. So I'm kind of that fun in between. If you guys haven't heard before, I do have 10 plus years in sales and marketing, leading strong sales teams, as well as building content and doing all the fun, pretty things that come with marketing and analyzing data. But when it comes to organic lead gen, I think my absolute favorite, and Nathan, I mean, my absolute favorite, I haven't shared this with you, is building
Okay.
quizzes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
quizzes are a great way to get somebody to give you their information. Like one of the absolute best ways, because the number one thing that people care about the most in this world, and I'm sorry if you want to disagree with me, but people care about themselves. Okay. So
Yeah,
if you,
true.
yeah, they
Facts.
really do.
I,
So
I
think
wasn't
about
gonna.
it from, I actually have a quiz. Yeah,
No, go
go for
go
it.
ahead. No, I was gonna say, at the end of the day, people love talking about themselves. And if you come up with a quiz about, I was like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, that is the great marriage of turning the marketing and the sales to where they don't feel they're being sold. So yeah. Go ahead,
No.
go.
No, it's great. I actually have a quiz. Right now it's on pause because I'm focused on something else. But I have a quiz that is what is your social media celebrity type? And so you go through that quiz and you find out, are you Beyonce? Are you Michelle Obama? Are you Will Smith? Or are you, oh my gosh, I already forgot his name. Who's our lovely gentleman who heads up Microsoft? Really, really rich. Really, really rich.
not Bill
Bill
Gates.
Gates. It
Oh,
was Bill Gates.
okay, okay. He's no longer ahead of Microsoft, but yes.
Oh, that's right. He's running foundations. I'm
That's
sorry. I hope you're having an enjoyable retirement, Bill Gates. But kind of looking at that is it also allows you to segment your lists for your customer segmentation, because then you can ask key questions that have to do with your business and then fun questions that tell them about themselves. And then now you have 4 customer segmentations. You can sell to them in different ways because you've analyzed their personality type. And you have an ongoing lead gen where the number one thing you wanted from them was their email so you could sell to them. And all they want to know is what kind of person they are.
Mm.
Don't believe me? BuzzFeed has an entire section on it in their website. of just quizzes.
Shoot. Well, we got to get that. I got to put that in the show notes. You said BuzzFeed got it?
BuzzFeed has all the quizzes. You can just find out what Disney princess you are. You can find out what color matches your personality, all these things. But a really good place to build quizzes that we can pop in those show notes is tryinteract.com.
Tryinteract.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, man. Okay? Look at you dropping some diamonds already. Haven't been 5 minutes yet.
Oh yeah, and then there's other types of organic lead gen. Another thing that you guys can do that does get a huge reach if you are willing to put in the time is to build a Facebook group if it is something that pertains to your business. So if you're teaching something, if you're a coach, a consultant, if you have kind of like a membership food delivery thing, there's so many things that you can create Facebook groups for. But you can utilize that by having those key questions and asking for their email. And every single time somebody signs up for that private Facebook group, you're acquiring more email addresses. In turn, you can sell to them not only in the Facebook group, but you can also sell to them through your email, and you did not have to pay for that. People are coming to you.
So, let me just back up a bit, because I think we just started talking about lead generation. Like, everyone knows what lead generation is. For those that have been listening, this is part of the funnel management, where you're getting from maybe the middle of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel. But here's where we say contacts lead to contracts. But Ray, you're the queen. How would you define lead generation to someone that could be potentially new, or maybe they're having a hard time creating leads for themselves? Like, how would you define lead generation for that person that's just not quite grasping it yet?
I would define lead generation as people who they've already gone past that point of not knowing who you are. So at one point they were unaware of who you were. And now when you're pulling them in as lead gen, they're saying, I trust you. I want to hear from you. Here is my information. They haven't bought from you yet. They haven't signed on that dotted line, but they are saying, I am interested in what you do. I want to hear from you. And then maybe one day I will pull the trigger. They are more likely to pull the trigger with you than any of your competitors if they're not in their vicinity. So when we're talking about leads, especially pulling organic leads in this definition, I want you to think of it as they had all these options in front of them. They had bucket A, B, and C. Bucket A just showed what they did. They didn't have anywhere for them to say, I want to learn more. Bucket B was like, yeah, you can click here and I will share with you my 30 tips to making sure that you can work really hard without the mom guilt. And you can enter your email. Or bucket C, that's just like, sign up for my newsletter. Bucket A is going to get 0 leads. They're not going to get anybody who wants to find out anything because you didn't tell anybody where to go.
Right.
On the far end of the spectrum, we have C, where we're looking at that lead and you don't know what you're getting by signing up. So do you really want to? Maybe you do because you're desperate and you've searched their website for a million years. Or we have bucket B, when we're looking at those leads, like the person who's going to want to buy from you, you told them exactly what you're trading for their email address. They know that you help people with mom guilt. So they are more likely in the future, you've already established that trust by saying, hey, here's 30 free tips.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're taking in, they're like, okay, I really want those 30 free tips. Please give them to me. And you've established that trust and they know who you are and they want to hear from you. And so leads are going to be those people, they know who you are, they know you solve one of their problems, but they might not be ready to buy. Some people can go from a lead to a customer in like 2 seconds flat, but some people need a little bit more love and nurture.
And this is why, for those folks, you might be saying, well, I think I do a good job on creating customers. I don't need to hear this. And maybe so, because you started off with your family, potential friends, or not potential friends, your friends, your colleagues. And so you were in the innermost circle of your personal peeps. When you get outside of that, people that don't know you, like Ray just said, for you listening, we call that the know, like, and trust. And so you can get them to know you and like you, but in order for them to whip out that wallet or open up that purse and slide that card, or for even that on the Apple Smart Pay, they're not going to do that double pump or push just yet, because they might not trust you. And that's where what Ray was talking about when we jumped right into it. And Ray, I know you were going to talk about that with the Facebook group with the quizzes, why it's important to trust you. And that's at the bottom of the funnel to convert that prospective lead into a customer, and why the conversion rates, it's important to understand that as well. So that's a little background for those that are like, maybe it's not for me. It is for you. Any great company, they have this. So, all right. Sorry, I just got to break it down.
No, it's totally okay. I get so excited. I have to just dive right in. And I think also too, like breaking it down, you cannot just rest on your family and friends. I kind of look at it when we're talking about people who sell candles. Sorry to everybody who sells candles, but like, how many candles does somebody need in their house?
Mm.
And so when you really stop and say, okay, well, they have 500 candles, you're going to have to go out beyond your family and friends to keep selling candles. And so you need to know how to generate leads. I really look at it too in the aspect of dating. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just, I've written a post on this before. It's
You gotta
probably
get paid in the right.
still one of my funniest things I've ever said out loud. But in my LinkedIn in particular, I get hit up with sales messages out of the blue I swear every 5 minutes. If I had $1 for every single one, guys, I could retire. So when we look at that, people are just like straight up just selling to me off the blue. I have no idea who they are. I don't know what they do. Do I like them? Do I need that? Like, there's all these questions that come up, and I'm just annoyed. And it's kind of like if you were to go on a blind date, you get into the other person's car because you're trusting enough to do that. I know it's 2021, there's COVID, there's a lot of factors there. Let's put that to the side. It's like 1995. You get in the car, you're meeting this person for the first time, and they just like come over and kiss you like straight on the lips. That is weird.
What you doing? What you doing?
Yeah, there's no trust there. It's just weird. And so, think of like when you've gone on your first date with your significant other or people you've dated in the past, there is kind of like that sussing out, getting to know you. There's the 21 questions. There was something that intrigued you to want to sit across from them, but we're not at a point where we're just starting stuff off, like having a kiss when you get in the car, like you do when you've been together for weeks, months, years. And so you really have to slow it down. Like, let's pull some Bobby Valentino in it, like slow down and say, how is this person going to get to know me and like me? And that's why like Facebook groups are so impactful when we're talking from an organic standpoint. Quizzes are so impactful because you are asking questions to get to know them. You get that information, and then you turn around and through your emails and your other content that you create, you start building content and sharing with them a little bit about you and how you can help them with the problems they already told you.
So are you saying that you have to have a solid value proposition?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am. I am saying you have to have a solid value proposition, but that's a whole nother podcast there, Nathan.
That is, I know I kind of went too deep there. All right. So you were saying to get the organic leads, what do you do when you get the leads then?
So once somebody's like, hey, I want to purchase from you, I want to learn more, then you need to have a strong sales and onboarding process built up and ready to go. Because you can have a beautiful outside of your house. I have a lot of analogies today. This gorgeous outside, but then it looks like a bomb went off inside. You got leaky pipes, you've got like toys everywhere, you've got all the dishes in the kitchen sink. And that's another touch point that you're building trust with those customers. And so when it is time to convert those leads, you need to be able to say, yes, I'm your person. Let's diagnose what is going on. Let's talk a little bit more, get to know them,
Mm-hmm.
and then build whatever it is that you're offering. And I'm kind of more speaking towards a service-based business. Build whatever you're offering based off of what they tell you. But you need to know what your core offerings are. You need to know what your processes are and make sure that they are locked in. So when somebody does say, hey, I want to work with you, you are ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's, man, immediately when you were saying that, all I could think about is when you buy a car, and if it's a used car, and if it's from the same brand, like I say, for example, Toyota. If you go to the Toyota dealership and buy a Toyota, they're gonna also encourage you to come back for service. Well, truth be told, that's where they make the majority of their money, is service. But you might think, I already have a service person, but if they say, hey, look, we can take great care of you, that's them continue, because as you said, it's not just that one purchase they want. They want 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, come back 100 times, because they don't want to lose your business. And I think so many times, here, wait, I'm going to let you keep going, because we were talking before. I was like, wait. So what about for the people that say, like, you know what, to get more customers, I'm just going to boost my post. You know what? Why? Let's just boost it.
Oh, please don't. I wish every single person could have seen my lead up reaction to that moment. Do yourself a favor. And unless you're trying to gift Facebook some money, stop boosting your posts, okay? You know, you might as well just go into your phone, open up Venmo, and figure out what Facebook's Venmo account is and send them some money. Because all you're doing—
No, you didn't just go there.
I went there. You can also Cash App it if you want to Roddy Rich it. I don't care. You cannot. Well, you can. I'm not saying you can't boost posts. I'm just here to tell you it ain't going to be helpful.
Yeah. And I'm not going to say that you shouldn't boost a post, but not if you want to be strategic. Boosting the post.
If all you want is likes and that makes you happy because you want to feel pretty, boost the post. Okay. I get it. Sometimes it's like going to the bar just to have somebody tell you you're pretty, just for that like moment of gratification. I get you. I hear you. I am you on days, but it's not going to get you your end result. So,
and that's going back to lead gen. So for those that want organic lead generation, are you saying, I mean, I know we didn't talk about paid or lead gen, but are you saying that boosting your posts, here's a freebie, for those out there that want something for free, this is it right here. So if you haven't listened to anything else, this is it. So you're saying Facebook boosting is not the way to go?
it's not the way to go. If you really want to go that route, then you're much better off going into your ads manager and creating a cheap ad to run for a day where you can truly target your key demographics. When you boost a post, you're just saying, oh yeah, anybody who's like between the ages of 25 and 40. That could be anybody. It's kind of like watching a commercial on television. Like, who says that it's going to be good for them? Do we all need all those medications sold to us on TV? No. So really like think about it and say, I want somebody to take action on this, take the necessary steps in order to ensure that more people take action on it and to maximize those dollars. But when you boost a post, it's kind of like just putting your money into the lottery. You don't know what you're going to get back. And when you boost a post, you don't even know, you're not even testing, like, was it the image that worked? Was it the copy that worked? Maybe your copy isn't dialed in enough to make somebody want to take action. Maybe your picture isn't good enough to make somebody stop the scroll. So there's just a lot of things that go into a very strong paid post. And I would say that you need proof of concept through your organic before you ever turn the needle and say, let's pay for this. And I know paid is like a much bigger beast and is like a whole nother episode in and of itself. But when you look at that paid versus what you are going to put into boosting a post, nobody's putting $1,000 behind boosting a post.
Wait, $1,000? I mean, $10 is good enough, isn't it? The look Ray is giving me, y'all, it's not. It's one of those. Yeah.
So in a nice way, everybody, do yourself a favor. Just stop boosting posts unless you really are just trying to get more likes.
Mm. Yeah, I would say, and where time's coming to an end, I want to loop back around to what you were talking about, how to get people engaged and involved. If we can end on that, because boosting, we can joke around. I don't know how much substance people will get from it, but on the engagement side, organically, what are some good tips we can leave the audience that is like, I really want to get more traction from my sites?
So one thing that I would say that is really actually the number one thing that I'm going to say is when you create that lead gen and they go to the place to download or get whatever it is that you're offering, have a and I mean an incredibly strong welcome sequence in place that comes over the course of about 5 days. So one email every single day, because you have a stronger chance of them purchasing in that welcome series than you do at any other point in time. Because at this point, they're excited to get to know you. And I think so many drop the ball when they don't have that welcome sequence. They're just like, oh, yeah, they downloaded it. Now what do I do with their email? You need to tell your story over that course of that 5 days, and you need to milk that story like a soap opera. I know Russell Brunson talks about like writing soap opera emails for welcome series, and I would highly suggest reading his book, .com Secrets, to kind of get more of that piece. But really, you are milking a story that makes them want to open up the next email and makes them want to open up that third email and makes them, they're like waiting for the fourth email. And by the fifth email, they're like, this person is my homie. Like, this is a person I want to buy from. And around email, depending on how you structure them, between emails 3 or 4, you can start selling to those people at one of your low ticket offering prices. So if you are a retail shop, maybe it's just like, hey, you should like purchase our best selling cami. And that cami might only be $12, but that is a staple piece of most women's wardrobes. That $12 compounds over time. If you're a service provider, maybe like for me, I have my membership. It's only $20 a month, but like that is a very quick entry point, because sometimes people just think, well, I need to sell my like $1,500 thing. We're not there yet. Okay. This is date 2. All right. Not marriage engagement. So you got to be very realistic on how people spend their money. And but so many people drop the ball by just not even having a welcome series.
We got to end it there, but man, I know, so we got to make this a series then.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I would say on the last piece too, please don't come across desperate. That's one of the worst things. So yeah, we gotta make this a series, because there's so many things that we just kind of glossed over and we didn't do any justice,
Email marketing, paid advertising for lead gen, how to really create engaging groups so people want to talk to you. Yeah, there's a lot there. We did cover a lot.
Hey, with that,
stay tuned, everybody.
What'd you say?
I said, stay tuned, everybody. It's kind of like that soap opera series.
Right. In which I was about to say, which I failed to give you the proper introduction of, can you please tell the listeners who you are, what you do, and where can they reach you at?
Of course. Guys, we're all friends here, so it's so easy to dive in. But my name is Reland Logan. I am the owner of Gray Digital Marketing and the founder of the #Pineapple Tribe. You can easily find me on Instagram or Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at Gray Digital MKTG. There's a little pineapple in the corner. And then if you want to check us out on Facebook, you can join our Facebook tribe. We're getting tips and tricks every single day of the week, minus the weekend. But all you have to do is look up the Pineapple Social Tribe and we will pop up.
And with that, Ray, I know you said that the tribe, so that means, are you saying that you were talking about that $20, all it takes is $20 to join the tribe?
$20 a month. Yeah, for the first 150 people. So could go up if you're listening to this a couple years down the road. But if you're listening to this in real time, I would go jump on that because people have been filling in pretty quickly.
Awesome. Awesome. Y'all get on that. I'm going to list her information, all her channels on the show notes. So make sure you go there, check it out, just like the BuzzFeed, the Try Interact. And I don't know, Ray, do you have an article that you have written before to put on this, or do you want to make one?
I'll make you guys one nice and pretty.
Yes. With all that, y'all, I just want to say thanks to our podcast sponsor, ndublove.com, NDUBLOVE.com. Ray, I'm going to get your BU hoodie too as well with our podcast sponsor. Be you, y'all, be you. And at the end of the day, this is where people will know, like, and trust you. So, Ray, thanks again for joining the show. You brought the fire.
Thanks, guys.
Until next time, y'all, I wish you the very best. So dream big and Godspeed.